Good morning and welcome back to the 6 a.m. Club where we start our day inspired. As every weekend, I have a new quote for you. This is a short one, but I'm going to repeat it twice because I want you to really think about what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear this quote. Here it goes. The quote says, "Don't go back to less just because you're too impatient to wait for better." Here's a second time. Don't go back to less just because you're too impatient to wait for better. I don't know what was the first thing that came to your mind when you heard me read this quote, but I'll tell you what was the first thing that came to my mind when I read it. And that is all the times that indeed I have been impatient. I consider myself to be a very resilient person, but I'm also a very impatient person. Patience is not my strength. I have gotten better, and I think becoming a mom was the one single event that had the biggest impact in my ability to be more patient. But the truth is, I am by nature impatient. What helps me is that I am at the same time resilient, and I think those two things play a balance when it comes to what this quote is telling us today. I can remember events in my life, in my career, in my personal life, where I was so impatient waiting for something that I wanted so much that I thought it should happen, that I thought I deserved, that I thought it's what it was supposed to be. And in my impatience, I gave up on that thing, or I walked away from it and I went back to something less because I was too impatient. I thought, okay, it's not happening, so I need to settle. And I never saw it as settling because I'm not that kind of person that settles for less. As I said, I'm very resilient. I'm also very impatient, but I'm also very competitive and very ambitious in the best sense of the word. I think a lot of times we use the word ambitious in a very negative connotation, and I think there is a positive one. And definitely on a positive way, I am an ambitious person. So I never saw it as settling, but I can see times where I went back to less because the better was not coming. And I was tired of waiting and I thought it would never come. And I have learned over the years that a lot of times things happen for a reason and there is a perfect timing for everything. And if something hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean that it would not happen. It just means that maybe we are in the wrong road or that the road is longer than we thought it would be. And we need to cultivate patience along the way. If there is something in our minds that we really want to achieve, if there's something that we really want to have, or something that we really want to experience, or something that we really want to happen, we need to keep up our faith that we will eventually get there. That it might look different than what we had in mind originally, but that doesn't mean that we can't get to it, or that it would never happen. And in the midst of all of that, we need to cultivate patience, but at the same time, resilience. I think resilience is the counterbalance for our impatience when it comes to pursuing our goals and our dreams. If you find yourself being impatient and settling for less, start cultivating patience, but also start cultivating resilience. Resilience is what will keep you going. Even those days that you think you're in the wrong path or the finish line is too far away and you are feeling tired. And maybe you have second thoughts about whether this is the right path for you. It is okay to realize that you are in the wrong path. It is okay to take a pause in your way to your destination. All those things are okay. In fact, I think a lot of times we need to do more of that. But it shouldn't be that we made those decisions just out of our impatience for something that is yet to come, that is not coming fast enough. So here is my question and my invitation for reflection today. I want you to think about if there's something right now in your life that you're feeling impatient around. And I want you to ask yourself, is this really what I want? Is this really aligned with the vision that I have for myself? Is this something that excites me to pursue? Is this something that I'm willing to put in the work and go in this journey, however the journey looks like, to get to it? And if the answer is yes, that for me is an indication that it's not that better will never come. It's not that it doesn't come fast enough. It's just that we need to work a little bit more in our patience and in our resilience. And when we do, we will start to enjoy the journey towards that beautiful destination that we've always wanted to get to. Okay, that was our quote for today. I hope that you have an amazing day ahead. I will see you here again next Monday for a new episode of the Leading Yourself podcast.